Welcome to another edition of Tiny Talks at Westshore with our heroes. Today we are welcomed by Tom Douglas, a dorm parent in our school. So thank you so much for hosting us in your house.
Yes, thanks so much. Yes, this is our really lovely, spacious, really modern apartment. It's fantastic here, actually.
It looks great. Thank you so much.
It's very nice. Well, you're very welcome.
All right. So, Tom, we are here to talk a little bit about the student's life and your experience as a dorm parent. So, first of all, can you describe a little bit about your role at the school?
Well, okay. Well, I really enjoy this new role that I've played. This is my first year here, so I've learned a great deal because there are a lot of things actually involved in being a dorm parent. And the focus really is kind of being on a parent, you know, because we're friends, of course, we're working with our kids, but we're really there to really guide and help and to mentor them and to really gain their trust and be able to give them what they really need, because they have lots of needs here. And foreign students, they have all kinds of things that they need. Obviously, things like the language, the new culture, the new surroundings, being in British Columbia, living on an island, you know, so there's a lot involved in that. So we're watching over them, we're helping them with their homework, we're mentoring, we're trying to help them with activities, we're participating in a lot of things. Really, it's a full-time job.
Yeah, and I think you're bringing a lot of wealth of experience because you yourself have lived in different places in the world, right?
Yes, well, it's quite unusual. It's an unusual life. I've lived now in 8 different countries, you know, so really the international experience is really my life. You know, I wouldn't always recommend this to everybody. It's not always been an easy life, but it's been really incredibly rewarding. So I really hope that I can bring that kind of international context with the students. And of course, I'm able to speak a number of different foreign languages. I just finished 4 years in Turkey. So, I mean, I've been around the world quite a bit. So I really try to offer that, you know.
Undoubtedly, that experience can really be translated into a better service to our students. Can you describe a day in the life of a border student at Brookes Westshore?
Well, let's just imagine it's a school day. Let's say it's Monday morning, right? So let's say I'm working the morning shift. I have to get up about 7 o'clock to leave the room here at about 7:30. So I go wake up the kids on my floor. I have 18 kids here on the 3rd floor, and they range from 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th grade, right? So wakey, it's time for breakfast, okay? So they'll wake up and they have really 1 full hour from 7:30 to 8:30 to have breakfast. So that's the key thing. We've got to make sure they get up, make sure they have a good breakfast because, you know, it's a school day and they have long periods of study. And so it's very important that they eat. And so we make sure that that happens in the morning.
Okay, so then students start class at 8:45, right?
Something like that. The younger grades would be 8:30 and the older grades would be about 8:50. So there's a discrepancy, a little bit of a difference there. But the key is to get them there on time with a stomach full of food and that they're ready to really start the day. Then, of course, they're in the course of their classes during the day, and at 3:20 they're finished, and that's when many of the shifts for the afternoon, the other dorm parents get ready to anticipate their arrival. They might start at 3:15, so 5 minutes before they arrive, and then, of course, on the given day between Monday to Thursday, they have ASAs, after-school activities, and this is a very important area. So they're not really returning to the dorm. They might be dropping off their things, but then they're off to new activities. It could be sports.
What kind of activities?
I would say there's sporting activities, there's volleyball, there's basketball practice, arts classes, study halls as well, mathematics tutoring. There are all a number of activities.
And after those activities, they return to the dorms?
That's right, yes.
Around what time?
Approximately about 5 o'clock, right?
5 o'clock.
There's some activities that go a little bit later. We have some off campus like golf, you know, in the season, of course, equestrian classes. I mean, we really offer an incredible range of things to do, right? And some are affiliated with the Juan de Fuca Sports Center just down the road, so off they go swimming or in the gym. So they're pretty busy. I would say by 5 o'clock, they've had a very full school day. And then it's time to prepare for dinner hour, which is at 6 o'clock.
Okay, so they have dinner, and after dinner,
That's right. We go from 6 to 7 for dinner. Maybe they're not hungry immediately, but by the time they've finished at 7, we get ready for the study hall period, which will be at 7:30. And so that's a supervised area from 7:30 to 8:30 where they study.
Where are the students supervised?
Well,
where do they take place, those study hall classes?
Well, sometimes with my kids over here in the 3rd floor, I take the younger kids and they're just right here next door. So I mean, it's remarkable. I live here, but I just step out the door and I'm working, right? So that's kind of fun. And then over in the other classrooms, which are just across the little courtyard there, different classrooms are supervised. So we have the 10s together, we have a couple of 10 classes, a couple of 9s, a couple of 11s. The older kids study independently.
Yeah. And quick question, so the study hall means study time, right, for the students to prepare for the next day or the homework?
It could be, yeah. There's a range of things they should be working on, like their personal projects, homework assignments. A lot of times they're given opportunities to do their schoolwork and homework during the study period. So there are always things to do. So many times, which I think all parents will understand, you say to your kids, you know, have you got any homework tonight? And the common answer is, well, no, not really. And then you always think, well, don't you have homework? And of course, they do have. There are always reading to do. There are always things to catch up on. There could be a range of things. So I try to help with the younger kids, especially with their homework. You know, I can help them with their French homework or how to help them with their spelling or write something. So it's fun doing that. I really enjoy that part.
Okay. And so what does the a weekend look like?
Okay, that's a very, very different thing. Yeah, so especially on Friday and Saturday, the kids really need to get out of the school, right? They really need some time to go and explore through the city. So of course the hours are different and they can stay out a bit longer. For example, they like to go to shopping centers. Of course, shopping is fun to do. They might want to go to the cinema. There are a number of things they like to do. They might want to go to a restaurant. They go in groups, usually kids, 3 or 4 or 5 kids in a group, something like that.
Does the school organize activities during weekends as well?
Absolutely. We always have it listed a week ahead of time so kids can see it on the elevator and all the different boards, activities to come. For example, on Sunday evening, we always have a cooking class. So we'll have it in an international contest. So we might have Middle Eastern food or Italian food, something to do with our friends from Japan or from Asia, and that's a supervised activity. That's fun. Yesterday we had some ice skating activity, you know, maybe to see a Santa Claus parade, you know, in the season. So there are things like that. Oh yes, we always have organized activities.
So they have a wealth of experience while being at boarding.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. They really enjoy and really get to connect to Canadian culture. And so those kinds of things are pretty interesting. I like to hear their impact, you know, their input after that, because it is different, you know.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
It's a pleasure, yeah.